Hey, so this one is as it's probably kind of obvious, I went ahead and I did see where let's see, there was, what was it? You guys did a video. There we go. My hair is also all frizzy because it's cold and dry and it's like poof, excuse me, as I like my hair gets all frizzy, so yay. Anyways, so this is on the picture website. Oh my goodness, this room echoes. I don't know what to do. So I went ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and do some stuff or like talk about some of the stuff that I saw. So, one is, and this is kind of out of order of what you liked. Yeah, sorry about not doing all the videos yesterday. I was exhausted. But anyways, I'm gonna do my best for getting them all done within tonight, basically. Hopefully in the next hour or two, something like that. Anyways, so I looked up Easter lily, and Easter lily, I was like, what does it symbolize? Because I realized that the lights that were placed there, they looked exactly like Easter lilies. Basically, an Easter lily symbolizes, in Christianity, purity and virtue, innocence, and the resurrection of Jesus Christ. So, yeah, and then lily, just the lily itself, symbolizes purity, renewal, love, and devotion, with meaning shifting by color and type. Okay. Innocence is white. Okay, cool. I will have to admit the ones where it's like, where it's basically a light, that is really pretty. Like I looked at it and I was like, that is really, really pretty overall. I personally am a huge fan. So yeah, good job, good taste. And then that way it adds a bit of light. I know, to the room while still making it flowery. So yeah, I I personally am a fan. Um, Especially since it adds a bit of color, but then also, like, in other words, it's not just like, oh, just regular light, but it's like a really pretty light. So I'm a fan. The next one is basically the state parks. I think it's really cool, especially that you're looking at a variety of state parks. And yeah, or you're looking at a variety of state parks. And then I looked at some of them, and it's basically where it's like, what was that? There's Pikes Peak State Park. That would be one of them that I would be interested in because I'm a fan of like walking through it. Walking through the state park and then seeing it, and then also the heights and such. So I was like, really pretty. The only one that I would be kind of cautious about and would be, I forget which one it is, but it's basically the one where there's caves and where there's some parts where you just take a flashlight. You can't go into it, but you can kind of look around using the flashlight. That would be the only one that I would be kind of cautious about because that one, it's like you try and crawl through, and I guess my fear is like getting stuck in the cave because I read a story where basically the what was it, where a guy actually got stuck in one of the caves as he was crawling through it. So yeah, oh, work. I was like, hold up, they posted something. So yeah, that would be the only thing is that I'm very cautious about. But Pikes, otherwise, I think I would be open to going on any of them. I'm not sure about the sand one. I noticed that there's two national parks in which you can hike through using like walking through sand. Um, but if it's like kind of fun, then yeah, maybe so. But like other than that, I think I would be open to trying it. So Pikes Peak State Park and then McIntosh Woods State Park. That one is located over in Iowa. Susie. And so yeah, so like I was just like, that looks kind of fun. So yeah. I definitely would be open to trying some of those. Macintosh Wood State Park is because I feel like I haven't quite stayed in a yurt before. I have stayed in a cabin, and I remember my mom and sister when we traveled throughout the Midwest, they ended up staying in a teepee, and it wasn't like the traditional teepee. It was like there was a concrete slab a couple inches above the ground or on the ground, and then there was a teepee style and it allowed cold air to come through, but then they had heated blankets. So the yurt sounds like kind of cozy, and then also the fact that you can grill there or you can go to a local restaurant and just basically enjoy life. So yeah. um yeah, let's see what else was there. There we go. Okay, so I like the fact that they're like, hey, this is a DIY guide. It's not like we're gonna send you the wood and everything. So I get that. So the washer dryer or its cabinet guide in order to help build the cabinets. So I like the fact that then they explain, we don't send you the wood, we just send you the guide. I do like the fact that basically there's cabinets there and basically they show you how to make it. So I am a fan of that. And then that way, if there's anything you can put in there, you can. Oh, just an idea. You know, just an idea. So I have I've seen those ones where it's like you can't actually put it in the dryer because you're supposed to hang to dry or you're supposed to dry it flat. What if so for me, because I am short, unfortunately, and maybe even your case, because I think the cabinets are great. It's just that uh, with unless you're like 6'5", it's kind of hard to reach the top. Like after the first shelf, it's kind of hard to reach the second or the third shelves that are there. So for me, like I would definitely want some kind of step ladder. A step ladder, not necessarily a step stool. So I would definitely want something similar to that. And then also the bottom rack, instead of either, yeah, probably the bottom rack or something like, you know, there's the wooden part that's right behind the washer dryer. You can either keep it wooden so that way you can place like the laundry detergent and the dryer sheets and anything else you need. You can either do that or you can put a metal rack there so that way you can place the clothes that you want to dry. Or the other idea is that you go ahead and place a metal rack on the first shelf of the cupboards so that way you can go ahead and place clothes there that need to drip dry. So that is an idea. The other idea is that you keep one of the cupboards and then the other area where there's supposed to be a cupboard, instead of having a cupboard, go ahead and place a pole up there between like the very top. So here's the cabinet, and then place a pole at the very top of that like next to that cabinet, so that way a person can go ahead and place clothes that they want to dry out there. Yeah, that you don't have to do that, but that is just an idea because of course clothes need to be dried, but that way like they can dry in an area that you traditionally have like tile or maybe wood. You don't have carpet there basically, and so by doing that you allow the clothes to dry. Yeah, you allow the clothes to dry basically, like hang dry, or again you can put like a metal bottom on the very bottom, and then that way whenever the clothes are done you can pull them out. Also they're at the very bottom so that way, let's say you have anything else above there, you don't have the clothes drip drying onto those items. So whether it's like paper towels or roll of toilet tissue or anything else like that. So that's just an idea. That's just an idea because again, like I know in my case, I like to have my clothes drip dry, but it's like with these floors, it's tile. Um, it's not a little, yeah, I think it's tile. Um, but in that case, like, I don't know. And then it sounds like a good idea to have them like drip dry in your closet, but usually the closet has carpet in it. So in this case, like they're able to drip dry, and whenever they're done, like they're in a laundry area, you can go ahead and pull it out. Unless there's somewhere else in the laundry room where you can put the clothes up. So that is another idea. Um, yeah. So and then also I love the idea, just straight up love the idea of having a broom, a Swiffer, a dustpan, etc. right next to the washer dryer, especially if you have that extra room. That way, they're kind of out of the way, and then also you can utilize the rest of the space throughout the room. That is a great idea overall. I love it. Instead of like, yeah, so using that throughout the room instead of being like, okay, it's somewhere else throughout the room, but then if it's somewhere else throughout the room, you can't put like boxes or you can't put like shelving or anything else beside it. So yeah, so overall, like, I really, really like that idea of having that like right next to the washer dryer. And so that way you can go ahead and again have it there and just next, and it's out of the way, but you still get to use it. And then if a person has it, maybe mop. I don't know. Some people, I personally really enjoy the Swiffer because, especially the dry Swiffer, it like really absorbs all the dust. I love it. I've used it before and it works so much better than just a broom. Are brooms needed? Absolutely, because they pick up the big clumps of dirt, and then once you've picked the big clumps of dirt up, then you can go ahead and use a Swiffer to go ahead and pick up the small clumps of dirt, which is like seems to be almost ingrained into the floor. That's a lot harder to pick up. So I really, really like it. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of the hooks, and especially being right next to the washer dryer. So that way, you're utilizing every single space. But yeah, so I really like that. Huge fan. Let's see. I'm a huge fan. So on to the next thing. I like the pants are adorable. So unfortunately, oh, I just came up with the idea. Okay, so you know how like I did the design and then it sort of fell apart? Seeing this picture, it makes me think I like it. That basically, instead of just trying to do an engraved design on it, go ahead and do it where it's engraved, but it goes straight through the material. So that's part of it. So instead of just like ripped jeans or something, have it very unique and stylish in that area. So thank you for the idea. I did not think of that until now. So thank you. Um, the boots are cute and I think they're great, especially with the pants. I like the design at the bottom of the pants where it's kind of up. I should do that, honestly. Where instead of, because, no, maybe, I don't know. So basically, have it where if it does have holes, have it where it's like a smaller design instead of like, for example, for me, it's where it's a deer and it takes out the entire deer. But in this case, it just takes out the individual like flowers for it. So I do like that. I really, really do. And then maybe parts of the leaves, but have it where it's far enough apart where it doesn't like take out or completely take out the entire pants leg, but where it just adds on to the design. And it's, yeah, so I do like it. Yeah, I'm a fan of tank tops, and then boba tea is good. What else? But yeah, I like the boots, they're cute. um that looks candle, and then ring. I was wondering if you're comfortable talking about it. What kind of ring did you end up purchasing? And I asked because um, I'm curious. Uh, I uh, I imagine it's very pretty and it fits who she is, basically. It fits who your fiance is. So yeah, I'm curious. And also, I like the jacket. It's pretty. It has like ferns. I take it. So in my case, I guess like trees represent me, and then in your case or in her case, it's basically like ferns and flowers and things like that, because I noticed the design at the bottom of the pants, and the pants are green. Oh, so pretty. But yeah, thank you for the idea. Because like with the holes and such, I like, you may have thought about it, I don't know. But I know in my case, like seeing it, I'm like, instead of trying to engrave an outline. I can have it where basically it takes it out, basically, because it's like I don't know how to do it, like in terms of the pants. I don't know how to do it where it only takes it out or like does engraving, especially with the material being so thin. But in this case, it's like, okay, let's utilize the fact that they're thin pants and you can see through it. So it's kind of hard to ignore the design of basically what it is, basically, whether it's trees or grass or animals. So I do like it. And again, boba tea is amazing. Oh my goodness, it's so good. Yeah, so I like the design. What else is there? Oh wait, trying to think. There's something else. No. Wrong button. Okay. I'm checking something else out. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So drawing swing, so the outfit, white camisole shirt, and then also with the red skirt. It says it has the drawstring side. I like it. I know there's some skirts out there in which it has a slit skirt, basically, where there's a slit in the side. Yeah, there we go. There's a slit in the side, and it goes all the way up the thigh, like all the way up. Like it's probably inappropriate to wear outside, out like in public. But in this case, I do like it where it's like a slit, and yeah. And then also, what was it? One of the things that I find alluring, I guess, is basically wearing having on a white shirt and then going dancing in the rain. So yeah, at least while whenever I get married. So yeah, but I do like the fact of it's a slit skirt and wearing that, and yeah. Anyways, so I think that was about it. But yeah, these outfits I do like. Let's see. So state parks. What else? Okay, so the one in Illinois, Matheson State Park. What did I not? So it mentioned about there's some where it's like a waterfalls. I do like the fact or the idea of waterfalls. And then let's see, it says stepping stones type of trail. So what is it? The lady writes that basically her mom slipped off one and received a shoe full of water, but it's like she just went ahead and went barefoot. I actually have water shoes. And so I do like the fact that she explains, like, hey, I recommend wearing water shoes when going through this. I do have water shoes, so I would totally be open to going there as long as I knew to bring my water shoes. And so that way, like, I'm safe, basically, and I can walk through the trails and such without getting, like, by being safe, basically. Let's see. Indiana State Park, the one in Chesterton, Indiana. It's a dune. So it sounds like a workout. At least you can take care of your workout right then and there. It says there's a large beach and a parking area. Iowa, Maquoketa Cave State Park. But yeah, that one is the one where I would want to know which ones you have to sort of crawl through. But at the same time, I think it's kind of common sense where you kind of get low, or like as you hunch down instead of being able to stand straight up going through the caves, like you would be like, okay, you know what, let's turn back. So that would require like some common sense. You wouldn't just be like, I'm walking and then suddenly like you have to fall down and there's no way out. So that one would require like, you know, common sense, like, okay, it's getting kind of low, let's go ahead and head back. So McIntosh Wood State Park, I already talked about that one. George Wythe State Park, that one's in Iowa. Oh, yoga on a paddleboard. So in my case, I think that sounds like fun, but I don't do yoga. That would be my only thing. Yeah, so paddleboarding does sound fun. I just wouldn't want to do yoga. Let's see. I would definitely be open to seeing Pikes Peak State Park, and that's because it has a nice viewpoint. Basically, close to the car park is an observation platform 500 feet up on top of a bluff overlooking the point where the Wisconsin and Mississippi rivers meet. You can see for miles. And then you also have the Bridalveil Falls, a nice short hike. However, it does include mainly stairs. So if you're comfortable with stairs, then yes. It has a campground with both electric and non-electric pitches. Spooks Cave and Campground is nearby. It's really pretty. Just being able to see the view. Michigan State Park, most adventurous Silver Lake State Park, and consists of sand dunes, pure sand or dunes that are more like sandy soil, which will have grass and trees growing through the sand. Okay. I do like the fact of sandboarding, hiking, and then there's a whole different area dedicated to off-road vehicles, buggies, quads, ATVs, jeeps, motorbikes. I am an adrenaline junkie, so a slight adrenaline junkie, so I think that would be fun, as long as I'm able to even like rent some of the vehicles. When you floor it up the side of the dune, you have no idea if the dune is going to flatten out or if there's a huge drop waiting for you on the other side. That sounds like fun. So for me to feel safe, I would want somebody else to drive. So basically see if I can have someone like, hey, I'll pay you for you to take us around the area, basically. So that way I know I'm doing it correctly and safely, because I have no experience driving, going around sand dunes. So yeah, I do like that. Wisconsin State Park. Let's see. So, and then there's Devil's Lake State Park. That's in Wisconsin. Spin bucket list after drive. There's 29 miles of hiking trails, including several that go up 500 feet bluffs that overlook the lake from above. Look of Balance, they like the Look of Balanced Rock Trail, the Devil's Doorway Trail, and Potholes Trail. Oh, wow. Oh, this is Devil's Lake State Park. Oh, yeah, that looks really pretty. I would be open to seeing that. Yeah. That's really cool. I like that. I do. Just the different state parks. But yeah. I think that's it for the picture website in terms of like the outfits. Oh, and then also with the top, the white top and the red skirt. I think it's cute. And then also where it's like a fiery red almost, basically. I do like that. So I think it's overall very, very cute. Anyways, I will talk to you later. I hope that you have a great day. Let me know if there's anything else you want to talk about. And yeah, oh, I need to do the video. Okay, so I'll do one on the video that you guys created recently. Thank you for that. I do appreciate it. And also, I think overall I will be able to, if there's anything left today or even like tomorrow, so Monday, I will be able to respond to it today, tomorrow, all that jazz. So yeah, just wanted to FY. Thank you for the video. Oh, I was wondering, are you guys going to be doing videos like, let's see. Crack. Doing a video like once every week or a couple weeks, I wonder. Or maybe like every 2 weeks. That would be cool. Especially if you're not entirely. Sissy. There you go. Or yeah, is it that you guys are looking at doing a video like once a month or maybe even like 2-3 weeks, and so that way I can kind of watch it and see it. And I think it's really, really cool, especially I was looking at it, I was like, wait a minute, I've seen not that exact design, but I've seen that layering and such. And yeah, from what I can tell, you went ahead and did like a 3D thing of this, so really, that's really cool. I'm guessing either you made it or you purchased it. So it looks amazing. I really like it. So good job. 2 thumbs up. Anyways, I'll talk to you later. I'm going to do a short video on the next one, and then I think I'll be done. Hopefully, maybe. Anyways, bye. Love you. Let me know if there's anything else you want to talk about, and I'll be able to respond either today or tomorrow. So yeah, bye. Love you.